2013. I was a sophomore in high school and we were out for the summer. All my aunts and uncles and cousins were at my house in Chicago, eating some pizza, hanging out, catching up. Every other summer, my extended family on my mom's side goes on a vacation together for a family reunion. We're all spread out all over the country, so this is always a great time to see everybody, hear how everybody's been doing. We change up where we go sometimes because we're all over the place. And this particular year, we're going up to Michigan for the week. Everybody had flown into Chicago for a couple days before we all drove up to the lake house we had rented. As we were all there this particular day, eating and laughing and telling stories, the side doorbell rang. Seemed like I was the only one that heard it, so I went downstairs to answer it. I opened the side door and could not have been more shocked at who was standing there. It was my grandpa, my mom's dad, who I hadn't seen since he had passed away almost a full year ago. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. It was a mixture of shock, joy, and confusion. Gave him a hug. All I could say to him was, "What the hell are you doing here? I don't get it. I don't understand." He hugged me back. He didn't say anything. He looked at me, and just kind of laughed and smiled. He looked different. The last time I saw him, he was sick. He was bald. He was heavy, overweight, and he was in pain. Now, he was thin, he was fit, he was happy, and smiling like I'd always known him growing up. He looked like he might have just got done doing his normal 5 a.m. 6 mile run. It was like he's ready to run another marathon, like he did all the way into his 70s. I just stared at him. I just said, "You look good, Papa." He smiled and laughed at me again. He didn't stay long. He just poked his head in, looked around, just kept smiling. He was so happy. Seeing all his little grandkids running around and all his kids reminiscing and catching up. He was truly happy. Just stopping by to check in. And just like that, he was gone. This was the most vivid dream I've ever had in my entire life. It was probably 8, 9 years ago. It feels like I just woke up from it. I know people say it's just a dream, didn't actually happen, but to me, it could not have been more real. That was him. Stopping by, check on me and my family, and make sure we were okay. And it could not have come at a better time. It was a really hard time for my family and for myself. Honestly, I couldn't exactly tell you why. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't myself. Couldn't really tell you why, but I needed that, and he knew it. I believe 100% that was him. Give me a little nod, let me know, hey, it's gonna be all right. And he was right. A full decade. This year, 2021, COVID, PT school. Craziest, most stressful time of my life. I'm sure a lot of other people's. This is really the only other time in my life I've had the thoughts of, am I on the right path? Am I doing what I want to be doing? Did I make a mistake moving out here? What am I going to do? All of these thoughts constantly in my head. And again, I'm not in a good place. That's when recently, all of a sudden, I realized I start seeing this number. It's always the same number, and it's everywhere. Every day. All over the place. Every time I check the clock, it's 12:37 or it's 4:30. Notice starts with a 37. Every number I get at a restaurant, 37. of the car in front of me starts with 37. Spray painted on the side of a building that I'm walking past. 37. 37 is sort of a family number. My other grandfather on my dad's side, he was born in 1937. It was kind of like his number. Recently, I remember telling my dad about this experience. He just told me what I already thought. Yep, that's him. That's Papa. He's just checking in on you. He passed away when I was much younger. I didn't know him as well, but I know this is true. I know he loved his family, and he loved his grandkids as much as anyone could love anything. And I can feel it now. Every time I see a 37, it's him, checking in. He's just telling me to hang in there, that he loves me, and he knows I'm on the right path. I don't know if this really makes sense to anyone else. You all may be brushing it off even now. I don't know if it sounds like I'm making this up. Maybe I'm hyper aware of seeing these things. Maybe I'm looking for them now. To me, it doesn't matter. To me, everything I see, every time I see it, it's Papa patting me on the back, telling me everything's going to work out. To me, that's all that matters. How it makes me feel. I know everyone's lost people. We all deal with it in different ways. Dreams and signs can be so important to someone's process of healing. I've been so lucky to have these experiences. It got me through some of the most difficult times in my life. But I know sometimes a sign can have the opposite effect. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. How it makes you feel is real, and it's okay. The pain or the joy you feel from a sign you see may seem meaningless to someone else, but it can be so powerful. I know, because it's happened to me. Thank you all for listening.